Hey guys, welcome to Fantasy Tip. Max with you for the weekend ads for week 7 of the fantasy season, where we look at the best options under 70% rostered to stream. And not gonna lie to you, we have a light workload this week as there are only 2 games on Friday and 1 game on Sunday. Unfortunately for us clever fantasy managers, there are no teams playing both Friday and Sunday. Saturday steals the show with 15 games, so it won't really matter which team plays Saturday as your lineup is most likely already full. For Friday, we have 4 teams in action. We have the Anaheim Ducks against the Buffalo Sabres and the Pittsburgh Penguins against the Winnipeg Jets. For those who wonder, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Winnipeg all play Friday and Saturday. The Ducks are the lone team only playing on Friday. At number 1, Gabe Vilardi, top line, top power play minutes. He's the easy choice for shallow leagues. The usual suspects from the Penguins, both playing PP1, Ricard Raquel playing with Crosby, Brian Rust playing with Yevgeny Malkin on line 2. JJ Peterka, top line, top power play, active 6-game point streak. Dylan Cousins, even if Tage Thompson is back from injury, his role on the power play is at the point. Therefore, Dylan Cousins is a safe second line center with PP1 opportunities, and I like Cousins as a stream and dump. Frank Vetrano, 3 points plus 2 in the last 4 games with 15 hits and 12 shots. Not sustainable at all, but you can ride the wave. His teammate Leo Carlsson, top line, top power play in Anaheim, he already has 5 goals in 17 games. Last season, he finished with 12 in 55. Anthony Beauvillier, top line in Pittsburgh alongside Crosby and Raquel. 5 points in the last 5 games, no power play time, clearly doesn't need it. Jason Zucker, top line, top power play in Buffalo. 3 assists in the last 6 games, 2 coming from the power play. And from here, we're getting into boom or bust territory. Cole Perfetti, second line winger in Winnipeg, PP2 option. Troy Terry, Ryan Strome, second line PP1 options in Anaheim. Michael Bunting completes Malkin and Rust, PP2 option in Pittsburgh. And Nino Niederreiter has definitely slowed down recently. Pointless in the last 6 games, but he's still on the PP2. Adam Lowry's Adam Lowry, third line center, no power play, good peripherals. And finally, the young guns. That could be anybody you want. Trevor Zegras, Zach Benson, Jack Quinn, Yuri Kulish, Cutter Gauthier. They're all pretty much underwhelming, but they're also all growing and maturing first-round picks. Low-rostered young guys who, on any given night, can give you a couple of points. Most of them play PP2. Now let's take a look at Sunday. There's only one game, the Toronto Maple Leafs against the Utah Coyotes. Sorry guys, I refuse to acknowledge that a professional team is called the hockey club. It sounds so bad. Enough about my opinion, and let's take a look at Matthew Knies, who's the best option, in my opinion. The more the season go by, the better Knies becomes. This comes down to who you think wins between Utah and Toronto. I'll lean with the better defense and goalie, and that's Anthony Stolarz and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Matthew Knies play second line and PP1 with the top guns. Bobby McMahon playing with Mitch Marner and John Tavares on the first line, PP2 option. He's in a great spot, and I've been loving him as a stream and drop across all leagues, all platforms. I still don't understand why he's not rostered more, but hey, we'll see as time goes by. Dylan Genter, line 2, PP1 in Utah. Nick Schmaltz, top line with Clayton Keller and PP1 option. Logan Cooley, line 2 with Dylan Genter, PP2 option. Nick Bjugstad, top line center with Schmaltz and Keller. No power play time, but 3 goals in the last 3 games with very good peripherals. Barrett Hayton is on a very competitive third line with Alex Kerfoot and Lawson Krause. He's also a PP2 option. Speaking of Krause, he's also in the PP2, but he's been very calm on the score sheet lately. But he shoots and hits more than twice a game. Speaking of very calm, Max Domi is scoreless in the last 13 games. That's playing top 6 minutes in Toronto. Yikes. I mean, he has to come out of his slump eventually. Alex Kerfoot, the last member of the hockey club's third line, is also the PP1 center, and he's a very sneaky pickup for deeper leagues. Matthias Maccelli, don't forget this guy had 40 assists last year, high risk, high reward. Public enemy number one after injuring Ovechkin, Jack McBain. He's got 3 goals in the last 5 games with excellent peripherals. And now we're going to go fishing a little bit. Nick Robertson, third line, PP2 option, only has a point in 16 games. And Fraser Minton, who hasn't played a game so far. This is a guy I watched last season skate around the Montreal Canadiens. And even if he didn't record a point, he impressed me very much. In the preseason this year, he was incredible and probably the best player on the Leafs B team that I watched. He's got 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points in 5 AHL games this season, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him get PP2 time sooner than later. He's only 20 years old, second round pick. He's shown he can play NHL minutes. He's just been called up and might not stay. But look at what he can do first on Wednesday night. Then you'll have an idea for Sunday if he's still around. Now on to defensemen. Finally, we get a healthy Bowen Byram. He's going to be 50+% rostered by 2025 if he stays healthy until then. 11 points on the season, 7 in the last 8 games. Owen Power, 4 assists in the last 4 games. PP2 with Byram, 13 points on the season. Olen Zellweger, the new PP1 defenseman in Anaheim, he's got 2 goals and 4 points in the last 3 games, with 2 of those points coming on the power play. Ride the wave. Ekman Larson is an okay gamble, PP2 in Toronto. He can also get residual assists from the lethal offense the Leafs have, even without Austin Matthews. He also just broke his long pointless streak last game. Michael Kesselring, I love this guy. 9 points and +7 on a team that's -13 on the season. 32 shots, 26 hits, and 13 blocks in 18 games. PP2 option behind Sergachev. Couple of Penguins depth defensemen. Marcus Pettersson is off the PP2 for Puljujarvi. They're trying new things. He still has 3 points in the last 6 games and 35 blocks on the season. Grillcheck is PP2. Just got a power play assist a few minutes ago. At the time of making this video, actually. Pavel Mintyukov, PP2 defenseman, who's honestly is having a rough sophomore year so far, but he's got 3 points in the last 4 games, and he could be turning it around now that Fowler is missing time. Dylan DeMello, better for Cats leagues, decent hits, blocks, who's also capable of some points. Only 3 so far, but last year he had 31. And for really deep leagues, I mean, we got Jacob Bryson, Yanni Akanpa, who just came back and can give decent peripherals. There's also Ian Cole and Connor Timmins, who's a PP2 boomer bust option. There are no goalie suggestion this week due to only 2 games being played on Friday and 1 game on Sunday. I'll let you guys figure out a goalie if you need on Saturday. There's 15 games and for sure many goalies that will be on your waiver wire list that will be playing. And we can take a look at the categories. For shots, we have Dylan Cousins, Brian Rust, Bobby McMahon, Dylan Genter, 2.6, Ricard Raquel, Olen Zellweger, Troy Terry, Cutter Gauthier, Anthony Beauvillier, all 2.4 shots per game. For blocks, Chris Tanev, he's one of the good ones in the NHL at 3.5. Gudas, Bryson, Ian Cole, Jackson Lacombe, Jake McCabe. For hits, we have Ross Johnston, Radko Gudas, couple of Ducks, 3.6, 3.2. Connor Clifton, 2.8. Brock McGinn, Dennis Gilbert, Milan Sign, Noel Acciari, Frank Vetrano, and Nino Niederreiter. For faceoffs, couple of hockey clubs players, Barrett Hayton, Stenlund, above 8. Ryan McLeod Cousins, above 7. Isaac Lundestrom, 6.2. Namestnikov, 5.8. Ryan Strome, 5.1. Double eligibility player. Peyton Krebs, 4.8. And Rasmus Kupari. So Fantasy Tip is still undefeated and now the only remaining one in the Content Creators League at 6 wins, 0 losses. If you are interested, I am now 23 wins, 6 losses on the year. That's across 5 leagues, most of them money leagues. One of them started in week 2. That's why it's an odd number at 23-6 right now. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Click the like button, subscribe to our channel if you like the content, and I'll catch you next week for hopefully a busier and more fun weekend. Goodbye, guys. See you soon.